Let's meet the characters of the dinner party. Swinging down from the rigging, we have Nagiri, the sorcerer. Living life to its fullest, this light-hearted and curious green-skinned sailor makes fast friends. He forms the heart and soul of any crew. However, something in the jungle haunts his nightmares. But his spirit has yet to falter in the face of a storm. A bespectacled vulture stands at an operating table, studying the dissected flesh resting upon the slab, with a seemingly obsessive scrutiny. Dr. Ivan Cortaxis was once a prodigy in the field of medicine. Disappointingly, his short-sighted peers in the Arcanum Academy found his study of flesh-warping mutagens most unnatural. Despite this setback, the now disgraced doctor has not given up on their ambition. In his mind, it is his destiny to bring about the end of death itself. This bright-eyed and bushy-tailed young man is fresh off the boat and ready for adventure. Willbert is a long way from home, but this farmer boy has traded his pitchfork and overalls for a sword and shield, and is eager to make a name for himself, just like his father, a paladin of great honor and renown. He has some big boots to fill, and he'd better be a quick learner to overcome the perilous dangers of Chult. Let's hope he isn't in over his head. A seasoned ranger navigates the maze-like jungle with an uncanny efficiency. Is his natural prowess due to having lived here in Chult his whole life? Or does Koji have a more spiritual connection to the land itself that only a few surviving Suriel can ever truly understand? Do the untamed wilds even test this hunter? Or does he welcome the challenge? Regardless of his methods, he will no doubt be the one to guide the expedition to the farthest reaches and deepest secrets the jungle has to offer. There's not much room left in the party, but the expedition won't make it far without its chef. Agar, the spore druid, is well versed in the field of botany and mycology. One could even say they have grown quite attached to the fungi they carry. Above all else, their greatest passion is for the culinary arts, and they can turn just about anything the party find into a hearty meal. That's right, everything and anyone could be on the menu for this hungry lizard folk. In their reptilian eyes, the jungle is just one giant buffet. Ready to dig in? With a past masked in mystery and a future filled with uncertainty, he plunges headfirst into the vortex of destiny. Despite some shortcomings, Dart has risen up to the challenge for those who are fading. He knows what must be done, but can it really be done alone? He will need more than just arcane tricks, for only with trustworthy allies can they together face the gruesome quest to search for the Tomb of Annihilation. And we are live with Tomb of Annihilation. The dinner party. Welcome back, everyone.
Hello.
We're just down one little Nagiri, that's all. But hopefully they'll be joining next few hours. So, last session, the party had saved the island, but then had to escape the volcano itself. And they prayed to all kinds of gods and even made some faint attempts to try and beseech Upteo themselves, but seemed like at first there was no helping the situation we were on. Just surrounded by this bubbling blue lava with no way across, since the bridge had been incinerated. But one by one, discovered by all kind of placing your hands upon the Uptana, the strange gem-like core of the belly of Upteo. It each sent you flashing kind of images, perhaps your greatest prospects, or your goals or desires in life. But most of all, it just felt like you're almost like your destiny in one way or another. And as those kind of flashes went off, it forced open a pathway so that you could reach these said goals. And as the volcano sort of rumbled and cracked, that passageway split open enough that you could send your dinosaurs along with you. And you had to navigate a tight edge where Ivan nearly kind of fell into the lava. Koji and Agar formed arms, a link, and swept them back up again. Then you had to cross the lake of lava as fast as you could, hopping up on your dinosaurs, and thankfully not all of them had completely abandoned you, and you were able to fit amongst the Triceratops and Ankylosaurus, and even the Hadrosaurus was still here. And finally you emerged, breathed fresh air for once, and was relieved that the volcano had seemingly began to go still and slumber. You returned briefly to meet up with Dana, Fizzlefuse, Raven, and they had seen the pirates that were fleeing, clearly heading back to their ship. And since, of course, that might be the only way off the island, you decided to give pursuit. And by the time you reached the ship, they had already begun to set sail. They were dragging the boat practically off of the shoreline, and a fight ensued. You had to dodge ballistas landing into the sand next to you, climb aboard, and before you could completely waylay them, one of the swashbuckling pirates had grabbed Captain Vaynar and put him at knife point. At which point there was an uneasy tension. You couldn't just risk his life, and so you began to talk these pirates down, explaining to them their situation as much as your own, and that you just wanted to get off the island, that you didn't really care about them or killing them. And they eventually agreed to let you aboard, but they were going to keep an eye on Captain Vaynar for you. So a tenuous alliance was formed, at least for now, just to get you to Port Nyanzaro. And over the course of the few days, you spent kind of getting to know each other a little better, but also easing the tension between you and the pirates. Eventually, even Nagiri kind of got them to partake in a sing-song shanty, and after which they were in such good spirits that they let you take Captain Vaynar, and I think there was a drinking contest, and that was part of the bet. Ah, yes. That's right. They were starting to run low on rations, but they kind of greedily kept all the rations to themselves, but you seem to all be fine. Got your good berries and your crate water and God knows what else. Unfortunately, none of it was kept down on Raven's part, because she's still throwing up over the side of the ship. And finally, after a few more days' journey, you arrived towards Port Nyanzaru. And whilst it felt like you had finally sanctuary in sight, was suddenly when the waters began to churn. A large shadow was spotted beneath the murky water. And before long, the danger lurking beneath the waves made itself apparent. And that is where we left off. So, let me just see here. Did I miss anything during that? I think that was everything.
Nope. Other than, I guess, me and Nagiri recognize the turtle. The big turt.
Yes, you do. You've been here before, in fact, a few times to Port Nyanzaru, so it only makes sense that you've heard of the legendary Aramag, a massive dragon turtle that sits in the bay of Port Nyanzaru and basically acts as a tollway for any ships passing in or out. Looks as though the pirates were unfamiliar with that. And as it happens, they do have a lot of gold on them in the form of all the stuff they stole from you.
Port Nyanzaru's very aggressive border control, basically.
Right. That's the one way to put it.
Total.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Is that our other transport? Do we get off here? Onto the turtle? I don't know how this works.
Okay. I guess Koji will immediately shout out upon seeing the turtle. Hey, I forgot the name immediately.
Aramag.
Aramag. What languages does Aramag speak?
Draconic or probably primordial Aquan.
I start, I guess, speaking in Draconic. Aramag. Finally learned Draconic. How have you been?
Like you know them.
Yeah. I mean, I do.
You see one sort of single milky eye kind of look towards you, and then back towards the rest of the crew, and they begin to bellow back in Draconic.
Who captains your ship?
So, 1 second. Ivan.
The pirates like no, like looking back at one another like they're absolutely terrified.
Do any of them understand Draconic?
No, they don't look like they. Wait, one of them might. Yes, this one does. There is a dragonborn amongst them, and he's looking back and forth like. Well, hold on. We've not talked about who captains it, though. Hmm. The captain. The captain's role has become a bit of a cursed thing at this point.
Wait,
What did you want to say?
I wanted to. I sort of catch Ivan before he says this. Ivan, can I ask you something? Well, I guess I speak in Chilton because I know none of the pirates can speak back. Doing this just for pirates not hearing sake. We could use this as an opportunity. Port Manzaro isn't fond of pirates, and getting rid of pirates is always a good thing. No, Arabaz can just be paid. He's bored. We can say we were original ships, claim this our ship. We have been pirated and forced to be. All that blah blah. Okay. Just make sure we get closer, and we can make sure they can't go far. Also, then we can sell all the stuff we are supposed to. Make this easier on all of us. Alright.
Like wondering whilst you've been talking where Aramag went during this conversation, and suddenly you feel the entire ship like rock, and something emerges right up against the side of the boat. Aramag's eye is like peering right close to the rest of the group, and probably the pirate side, actually, this side here. And the waves crash over the bow of the ship, like so. There you go.
Willbert is like head over the edge of the ship, like amazed. He is terrified but excited.
A blast of steam also kind of erupts near its mouth, and everyone feels the intense scalding heat that comes from it. And there's this immense beak that kind of like scrapes across the edge of the boat, and the milky eye, the size of a hogshead cask, stares blindly into your direction, and you can still see the dozen or so shark fins as well circling the ship. And it says,
It matters not who is in charge. Just have your tone ready.
yeah, right, the toll, of course. How we can forget? What do we have in the hold? They begin like rummaging through, and more impatiently, Aramag begins to kind of scrape its claw down the side of the ship, not just leaving scratches, but this time like nearly ripping a hole inside the side. Like there's literally a leak now pouring into the hole. And at that, the bandits and pirates seem to work double time to grab a hold of any casks or crates and just begin throwing it off the side. And you see a lot of the trade merchandise that you had planned to like effectively trade with Pornine Zara just being thrown into the bay. And Aramag kind of responds and says,
What is this? Salt, grain, pewter cups. Have you not been to the port before? Aramag demands gold.
At which point, the pirates look around one another sheepishly. I hope you've got something to chip in, one of them says. Aye, or we'll all be dead.
Oh, you are our captains. Why wouldn't we need a chip in? Or maybe we could tell the true circumstances. I imagine Aramag would be quite understanding.
Well, we don't even plan to dock here. We're just dropping off some passengers. Tell him that. He turns to belay that order. Turn the ship around if you can.
I
Mm-hmm. He says,
Sen, you're not coming through on stream.
Sen, you apparently can't be heard on stream because.
Yep.
Yeah, you
Check your OBS.
Fugi is moving, but there's no audio for.
Not for stream, I just turned it on, I can't hear you.
We got a voice cable. Have you got a virtual cable that you need restarting? I need to just reset your audio settings. Either that or try leaving Discord and coming back again. Or try check your check that it's not muted on the OBS.
But just maybe take an intermission while we fix this.
Yeah. You can go to the BRB screen. That's odd. You might need to restart it though, regardless, like your audio settings or something.
It might just need a reset.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I just listened in then, and it's picking up each of us, apart from you for some reason.
Yeah, check the settings of the mic org. And
It did this the other episode for like 40 minutes, didn't it?
Yeah, so go to settings for the mic org. Oh, I can't see that because you're not sharing your screen. You're sharing the application. Yeah, I see it's picking you up, but is that the correct device? Click that. Select it again. Yeah, like change it to default, then change it back again. Yeah, like change it Hmm. No. No, it's not working.
Nope, not working still.
Are you sure that's the right one? Okay, go to voice mod. Go to like the voice. Go to voices. Go to voices on the left. This is a weird voice map. This is Voice Lab 2.0. Yeah, I don't know what this is. You want clean voice? Try talking now. Yeah, still no dice. Very strange. Wow, this is bizarre.
Very.
Close. Close voice mod and open voice mod again, like fully close voice mod from the tray.
Could you
And
change
reopen
the
voice mod.
recording device and try seeing if it simply works without voice mod? Try speaking real quick, son.
He's got to switch it back. Yeah, we can hear you. But so no, not on the stream, no. Try so go to the device on OBS. Try switching it to your microphone. Okay, try talking.
Still not picking up.
Okay, so it's not voice mod. It's OBS. Yeah. That's the only option.
Does your mic have
Yep.
like a threshold for where it'll pick up? Okay.